Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dr. English Channel with David and Anna. Today we've got a fascinating topic, one that always gets people curious: high IQ people. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe our channel for more videos about the easy ways to learn English from beginner.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. This topic is one of my favorites because intelligence is something people often misunderstand. We tend to think IQ means everything, but there's so much more to it, right, David?
Exactly. People often hear IQ and immediately think of academic success or someone who solves math problems super fast. But high IQ can show up in different ways: creativity, logical reasoning, emotional balance, and problem solving.
And some high IQ people aren't even aware they have a high IQ. They just do things differently. They observe more, think deeply, and see patterns others miss.
Right. So let's start from the beginning. When we say high IQ, we're usually referring to people with IQ scores above 130. That's roughly the top 2% of the population. But it's not about numbers. It's about how they think.
Yes, their brains process information differently. They connect ideas faster, question assumptions, and enjoy solving complex problems. But they also face unique challenges, like overthinking or feeling misunderstood.
That's true. So today, we'll explore what makes high IQ people different, their thinking styles, habits, challenges, and how they live their daily lives.
Let's start with thinking patterns. From what I've read and observed, high IQ people are extremely curious. They don't just accept things as they are, they always ask why and how.
Exactly. Curiosity is their superpower. They dive deep into topics others might overlook. For example, if they see a tree, they won't just think, "that's a tree." They'll wonder, how does it grow that way? How do roots communicate underground?
Yes, it's like they can't turn off their mind. And sometimes that can be exhausting, right?
It can. Their minds are constantly processing, analyzing situations, replaying conversations, and exploring new ideas. But that same mental energy helps them make connections quickly.
I remember reading that high IQ individuals tend to think visually. They don't just think in words, they create images, maps, or systems in their minds.
That's a great point. They use mental models to simplify complex ideas. For example, instead of memorizing random facts, they build frameworks, like connecting how history, science, and art overlap.
So, in a way, their intelligence isn't just about having more knowledge, it's about how they organize it.
Exactly. It's like having a super efficient filing system in their mind.
Let's talk about habits. What do you think high IQ people tend to do daily that sets them apart?
Good question. First, they read a lot, but not just books in one subject. They read across genres: science, philosophy, psychology, history, and even fiction.
They want to understand the world from every angle.
Right. And they also love solitude. It's not that they dislike people, they just need time alone to recharge and process ideas.
Yes, alone time helps them think clearly. I've noticed that many geniuses, like Einstein or Newton were known for their solitary habits.
Another interesting habit, they question everything, including themselves. They don't assume they're always right. In fact, many high IQ people suffer from what's called imposter syndrome.
Oh, yes. That's when smart people doubt their own abilities. They constantly compare themselves to others and feel they're not doing enough.
Exactly. So intelligence doesn't automatically bring confidence. Sometimes it brings self-doubt because they're so aware of what they don't know.
That's such a paradox, isn't it? The more they know, the more they realize how little they know.
That's the essence of wisdom, actually.
Now, let's move to something less talked about. How high IQ people handle emotions and relationships.
Good topic, because being intelligent doesn't always mean being emotionally smart. Some high IQ individuals struggle with emotional expression.
True. They can be over-analytical in relationships, trying to solve emotional issues like math problems. But emotions don't work that way.
Exactly. But on the flip side, some have very high emotional intelligence. They can read others' feelings intuitively. It depends on personality and upbringing.
So you could have two high IQ people who are totally different. One logical and detached, another empathetic and expressive.
Yes, and both forms of intelligence are valuable. But here's something interesting. Many high IQ people feel lonely or disconnected because they think differently.
That's sad, but true. They might feel like no one gets them.
That's why many high IQ individuals find comfort in creative hobbies, painting, writing, coding, or music. These activities allow them to express thoughts that words can't.
Let's discuss challenges. People might assume high IQ individuals have easy lives, but that's not always the case.
Definitely not. For one, they can get bored easily. Routine tasks or small talk might frustrate them because their mind craves stimulation.
Yes, and when they don't get that mental challenge, they can feel stuck or even depressed.
Another challenge, perfectionism. They set incredibly high standards for themselves.
And if they fail to meet those standards, they can be very harsh on themselves.
Exactly. Many high IQ people also struggle with procrastination, not because they're lazy, but because they overthink before taking action.
That's so true. They analyze every possible outcome before starting something.
And that leads to analysis paralysis, thinking so much that they delay progress.
Let's shift to the positive side. How do high IQ people use their abilities effectively?
When they channel their intelligence into something meaningful, like research, art, or problem solving, they can make incredible contributions.
Yes, and they often create new ways of thinking. They challenge norms, innovate, and inspire others.
The key for them is to find purpose. Intelligence without direction can feel empty.
Exactly. That's why many high IQ people talk about needing fulfillment, not just success.
They don't just want to earn money, they want to understand life.
That's deep. And it reminds me some of the greatest minds in history were also philosophers.
True, because intelligence naturally leads to reflection.
So, David, what can the rest of us learn from them?
Good question. I think we can learn to stay curious, question assumptions, and never stop learning.
Yes, and also to think critically, not just accept everything we see online or hear from others.
Absolutely. High IQ people remind us that intelligence is about how we think, not how much we know.
And we can all practice that. We can read more, reflect more, and spend time alone to understand ourselves better.
That's the secret, to keep growing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
This was such a meaningful conversation. I love that we didn't just talk about IQ as a number, but as a mindset.
Same here. Intelligence is multidimensional. It's not about showing off how smart you are. It's about using your mind to make life better for yourself and others.
Beautifully said. So, to our listeners, remember, intelligence isn't fixed. You can always expand your mind by being curious, observant, and kind.
That's the real sign of a high IQ person. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to tune in next week. Until then, keep thinking, keep learning, and keep growing.